welcome to the Westmill again.
Thank you.
It's been a while, hasn't it? Since last season.
Yeah.
So it's February now, but I'm kind of anticipating a busy season now, aren't we?
Yeah, really busy.
So tell me, first off, quick trends for the season, because floristry is very trend-based, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. So very much more floral, so less foliage.
Yep.
I don't know if you know all the flower names, but there seems to be a lot of like orchids.
Bring them on.
Anthuriums, like flowers you probably necessarily wouldn't associate with weddings.
Yeah.
Definitely coming into fashion this year. Colour blocking is lovely. So yeah, more colour, which I think
quite boho. I'm liking the boho vibe.
Definitely.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah, definitely.
And just give me a recap, because you've obviously been in the industry quite a long time, because you were here when we did one of our first ever wedding shoot.
Yeah, 2014 was
2014,
it?
when we were literally bricks and mortar. So
hole in the floor.
Exactly. So tell me now how you first got into floristry.
So since the age of 11, I just started working in a flower shop and just absolutely loved it. And then, yeah, never left it. So 30 odd years later, still doing flowers, still love it. And sometimes I'll say, oh, should I do something else? And then my husband's like, what else would you do? Like,
exactly.
It's literally what you do.
It's in your blood.
Yeah.
Oh, it's amazing. And what do you say, as a bride and groom, if they're listening, or groom and groom, or bride and bride, what should they look for when choosing a wedding florist?
I think the key thing is that you get on together, because obviously it's a big decision to make. You will spend a lot of time talking to each other, maybe meeting together, and then on the day. So I think as long as you get on together, they're on the same wavelength as you, and obviously get what you're trying to achieve. So an experience and pictures, all of that type of thing. I think it's important to see they've worked at maybe the venue before.
Yeah.
And maybe worked on the type of style of wedding that you're looking for as well. So
brilliant.
Yeah.
And what makes a good wedding venue? Obviously you're going to say ours.
Oh yeah. I love this venue because the different levels, obviously, just looks amazing on the day. I've attended a wedding here before as well, which was so nice to be on the other side of it. Just how you've got different looks on every floor, and flower-wise, we can use everything again and again. So ceremony backdrop moves downstairs, table centres obviously move downstairs, so that's what I love about the venue. That
was one of my next questions. I think obviously everyone is very money conscious now, and obviously the bills go up obviously for weddings, don't they? So what's the most savvy way to kind of make your money go further, or flowers go further?
I always think maybe have like more statement pieces, so try not to fill every little space with flowers, because it probably get lost, especially in a venue this sort of size. Probably go for like a backdrop, which always looks stunning with those windows, lights, everything. Something that can then move downstairs and then also works as a photo booth backdrop later. So you're kind of getting three what's the word, requirements? Setups from it, from one.
And the flower walls, are they still a thing? Because they were quite in, weren't they?
Probably not fully floral, but definitely like a backdrop, so like hanging flowers, the floor standing arrangements, things like that. But people are definitely looking for things that they can reuse at different locations.
Obviously, men's lapels, they need a bit of a floristry edition. What would you recommend for any men looking out for the perfect?
I really like the pocket squares at the moment.
Yes.
I think it's just a little bit different. It's easier for them to wear. There's no issue like sometimes when people put buttonholes on, they just don't go on right. Whereas a pocket square, you can't really go wrong. Put it in the pocket and then it looks amazing. So.
Yeah. And how big should the average bouquet be? Should it be sort of here, like big? I mean, what would you suggest?
Well, I like big. But
do you? Big bouquets?
Big bouquets, I think we're quite renowned for that, like statement bouquets. They're typically this sort of size.
Yeah.
Obviously we could do smaller ones, more delicate ones, but I think the big bouquets are still they're very much popular for us. So. And
how do you save the ultimate bouquet? If you want to be hanging it and keeping it to keep going for years to come.
I think it's nice when you preserve them, like the resin. There's companies that do it. We get asked quite a lot, but we've got a couple of people who recommend, and I think it's nice if you've got like a paperweight or a bookmark, things like that. Yeah. Something that you can reuse, and obviously it's your flowers, so beautiful. That's nice.
Yeah, amazing. And just talk me through the most memorable wedding that you've had. Can you remember your 30 years of floristry?
There's so many different memories for different reasons. So some funny ones. I suppose one that sort of sticks in my mind from last year is we set up a wedding outside and the sun was just beating down. It was like so hot, and I was just getting these umbrellas from anywhere, just covering the flowers before the ceremony. That was quite stressful, I suppose, not memorable in a bad way.
Was that in the UK?
Yeah, the UK, the first hot day in June that we had last year, and it was that day. Yeah, I think every wedding we do, there's always something that happens, and it's quite funny. But
do you quite like that anticipation? Do you like quite the, you know?
I do. I used to be really nervous, but I think obviously so many years of experience. Yeah. I just try and enjoy it now. Not get too nervous. Obviously, a bit of nerves is good, but not too nervous.
And do you feel really proud when you see your, you know, when you see the end result?
Yeah, definitely. And just that people are happy with everything. Like the comments and cards and things we get afterwards is amazing. So. And
if I was a bride coming to see you tomorrow, how many visits would I have with you?
It depends on the bride, really. So some people come and see us 1 to 2 times, maybe once for the initial appointment, and then they might come before, maybe a couple of months before, just to finalise everything. Some people do it over FaceTime, Zoom, Teams, whatever, email, like whatever's the bride wants to do, or groom wants to do, really.
Great. And finally, what's your wackiest request that you've ever had in terms of floristry?
Wackiest request. Let's say I have got one in April, getting married, and they want broccoli in their bouquet. So
wow!
That's the first.
Broccoli bouquet.
Tender stem broccoli.
Are you going to do that?
Yeah.
And it's going to be lots of greenery and.
Yeah, so she's having like a gorgeous bouquet, the peonies, roses, foliages, and then some broccoli just interspersed.
Amazing.
I said, is there any reason? She's just like, broccoli? I'm like, okay. We'll do that then.
Well, let's cheers to that.
Cheers.
And wish you a good wedding season.
Yes, thank you.